as I always ask, and I hope you indeed had a wonderful weekend. Africa speaks obviously of today, and today my guest is a very interesting character. Met him several times, and he's quite. It's something that I feel all of you should get to know, because he's practically an African ambassador as far as African culture is concerned, and we need many more of him as far as Africa is concerned, because they are the ones who are carrying the burdens of our culture, from not just from one place but to so many places, especially we who live abroad. His name is Ayan the First. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. And I want to start by thanking you for the job that you're really doing, because our viewers probably don't know about you, but they're going to know all about you by tonight, because having these instruments, the talking drums and all the instruments that we're going to learn about, is not something very easy. Learning them alone is something so quickly. It's something so difficult, I should say. By the way, I has performed at the highest level. He has performed for presidents, he has performed for prime ministers, and he has even performed for Prince Charles and the Queen. So what he has to say is extremely important, in a sense that, he has been at the highest, I should say that. Where did this all start from, if I may ask?
Well, how can I put it? It's just a family profession.
Okay.
So everything originated from my great-granddad. Mm-hmm. So my great-granddad was a musician, a talking drummer, a singer, and he passed it on to my granddad, and on to my dad, and on to myself, and I'm passing it on as well. Yeah. So
it's been in the family.
It's been in the family. So and that's what I was born with. So, and at the early age of 5, so I started performing, with my uncles and my dad. So just playing what I could then, and then eventually, so the talent was just growing and
as you go along,
maximizing, and so that's
The thing is that performing for royalty here in the UK is very rare. Performing for the Prince Charles, and performing for Her Majesty the Queen is something which is very rare as far as Africans are concerned.
That's right.
And that's what I'm saying. Look, if you're not performing at your best, I don't really think you could even be invited to Buckingham Palace.
Exactly.
That you've sort of trained yourself, your craft. You've managed your craft so well, as we'll hear, probably.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I respect other people, and I respect other people's culture. But my culture, to me, is the best. So to you, your culture is the best. And what is worth doing at is worth doing well. So I was brought to this country, for what I do.
Okay.
And when I came over here, I tell you one thing. As far as I'm concerned, I have that confidence of doing whatever I want to do and take it to any level. When I came to this country, I was brought to northwest of England, in Manchester. I used to, work in schools and with the community people over there. Then I moved to London. Okay. And when I came to London, the music then, African music, was not recognized. So it was very hard for me to be doing what I've been doing, to keep doing what I've been doing. Okay, there was a particular day that I was really, really broke. When I say broke, I had maybe £1 something on myself. And I've never stolen in my life. But I remembered what my dad told me when he wanted to change my career. But my dad changed my career, because I wanted to study medicine or pharmacy. But my dad said to me, I should carry on his granddad's profession, which is drumming music. Anyway, he said to me, because he gave me his drum, he said to me, anytime you have this drum, you will never lack.
Something to eat.
Yes. So When I remember that word rang, bells to my ears. And I said, okay, I had £1 something and I'm broke. So I just took the drum and I went on underground train station,
Yeah.
Clapham North.
Yeah.
And I was playing, people were giving me money, and the security guy came and stopped me and kicked me out of the
station.
station,
Yeah.
saying to me that I was making a hell of noise.
Yeah, yeah.
I moved there and I went to Balam station.
Yeah.
So eventually I made like £17 plus on that day.
Yeah.
Then on that day I said, for a security guard to kick me out of
The
train
station,
station,
yeah.
I will prove to him, either he knows it or he doesn't know it, that I'm going to take my cultural heritage to the highest level.
Yeah.
And that was what I started working on, how to brand myself.
That was the beginning. Now the thing is
Before then, I've performed for Harriet Harman, MP,
MP,
and then I've performed for Sir Richard Branson at London Heathrow VIP Lounge.
Yeah.
So, and subsequently, that led me to Buckingham Palace.
Oh, really? That's great. The thing is that there's a fascination, especially about talking drums.
That's right.
Idi Amin, Mobutu Sese Seko, Gaddafi, because I'm doing a project that is to do with things which are found in former presidents, the presidents who have been overthrown.
Okay.
If you study what they have had at home, they tell you something about about what these people, the kind of life they have led when they were presidents. Now Idi Amin, according to when, of course, State House was raided after.
Yes.
They were talking drums there. There were other drums in his house. Gaddafi, surprisingly, there were drums as well, talking drums and all this. They could have been gifts given to them by, the various visits where they've been. But because they were there, that's the fascination about it. What were these drums doing in these state houses? It's interesting, and not just to them, but to any other people outside, that these drums are existing in people's homes, but they're not performing them. Now, you people coming out, you are carrying on these traditions.
That's right.
Others are leaving them behind. Is there a sense of weight on your shoulders with what you're doing?
I just thought that most Africans, which is not really good, we have been kind of brainwashed, with or by Western, culture or whatever, and we should hold on to our culture.
Yeah, that's quite
because
true.
the music is part of our lives in Africa. And this is why I say to people, when I go out there to perform, I say, in Africa, we do not have spectators, or audience. We do have participants.
Yeah.
Because when musicians are performing, the people watching them, they'll be, performing, dancing, singing with them. So now, there's no way. What keeps us going in our continent is that music, which is in us. And there's music in everybody, because we have our heartbeat. Our heartbeat every now and then. And that's music. You understand? Because the steady beat is like boom, 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 or boom, 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 boom. You understand? So this is what keeps us going in Africa, that everything, is related to music. So our music, it could be, from talking drum, it could be like proper singing, it could be from djembe, it could be from
anything.
Anything. But music is part of our lives. And with that music, do you know how many people will have been dying every day?
Being so depressed and so on.
I'm telling you, because we do not have government in place, to take care of, people who are sick. But the music, is very important in humans' life. And if you come to think of it, there's no way, a performer, maybe a drummer, a singer will be performing in Africa, and people will not be happy.
But it's also interesting because it's performed on all occasions, on funerals,
Exactly.
on birthdays,
Yes.
on birthdays, funerals, weddings, and
Christening,
so on.
naming ceremony,
everything,
chieftaincy,
yeah,
coronation,
yeah,
you know,
everything
festivals.
involves music, because music tells the story of our lives. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
And, that's why I keep saying to we Africans that we've got the best culture. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. But most of us, we have embraced.
We don't realize.
We
what
don't
we have.
realize it. We have embraced Western, cultures, ideas, ways of doing things.
Yeah.
And eventually, our own things that we have that we should be cherished
Yeah.
is going down the drain.
Yeah.
You know, talk of festivals. Western world, they don't really have any festival.
Yeah.
But they just create something.
Yeah.
Yeah? They could say Waterstone Festival. Yeah?
Yeah.
They could say Latin Festival.
Yeah.
They could say Peckham Festival. But back home in Africa, we have traditional festivals.
Yeah.
Am I lying?
No, you're not. You're
It's
not.
masquerade festivals, these festivals, that festival, that festival. But Western world, they are kind of, picking ideas from what we do
Exactly. Exactly.
and, make it happen in their,
in their own countries. Yeah.
their own countries.
Yeah.
But we that are blessed with these things,
We don't know the value.
they don't value it.
I know. I have to say that when I was living in Germany, there was a German guy who apparently, he is a collector of African music. This guy has collected all the African drums. He has all the African instruments, and I got very surprised. He's actually teaching these instruments at universities, and he's teaching. Sometimes he's even teaching Africans. He's teaching Africans to play African instruments.
There you go.
And I was thinking, hang on a minute, how did it come to this? How did it come to this? Because he's seen the value. And at one time, I was speaking to him when he visited here. This is 3-4 years ago. And he said that in the next 20 to 30 years, when our musical instruments from the West has taken over most of what you used to do, we'll be teaching you how to play your own instruments.
Can you imagine?
They have recorded them. They have put songs into computers. They have, stored so much of African music somewhere, which is original music, which is not
and the question remains, when they start
keeping it,
when they start teaching Africans,
yeah,
would that be authentic? Will it be authentic?
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't.
It won't.
It won't be authentic.
Yeah, no.
So we have everything in our hands.
Yeah.
But we are throwing it away. You know what I say to people?
Yeah.
Okay, we should stop blaming the colonialists, anymore, because the slavery has ended.
Yeah, years ago.
But now we are enslaving ourselves.
Yeah.
Because if you are from Western world and I'm telling you verbally and non-verbally that your culture is better than mine.
Yeah.
When I start wearing your own outfit and I neglect mine, so that means I'm trying to, say to you that what I have is rubbish.
Yeah. I get your point. Yeah.
Do you understand? So it's like we are enslaving ourselves again now, because only what we're doing now is we embrace Western culture.
But is that to do something to do with education? Education, for example, because we've taken Western education.
I'll tell you.
And because of Western education, it's like it's showing that what we have in Africa is actually useless or bad. Because it's like we were debating here a long time ago about people saying, they tell their kids sometimes, oh, if you misbehave, I'm going to take you to Africa. As if Africa is bad. And you're saying, hang on a minute, if you're going to take him to Africa, I'll be proud to go. But you're telling the kid you're taking the kid to Africa. Therefore, the kid should feel bad that she's going to Africa.
Yeah. I mean,
why are we doing that?
Well, the point, okay, the first question, let me just answer it. Number one, what is happening is as a result of three things. Number one, education.
Yeah.
Civilization. And the worst part of it is the religion.
Ah, okay.
The religion, Christians or Muslims, whatever, it has really gone into our heads.
Yeah.
And we just have to be mild with it. We have to calm down.
Yeah.
Because the religions, when we actually dig deep, it's man-made.
Yes, man-made.
Be
Yeah.
it Christianity or Islam, it's man-made.
Yeah.
And we should be careful not to be derailed of our own culture, our own ways of life, whatever we have. Because it wasn't that people then, in maybe early 50s or 40s, are not educated. They were educated.
They were educated, yeah.
But because of civilization, everything now is just like has to be Western.
Yeah.
And it just is absurd.
How about if we put in the politicians? We've been just hearing the politicians.
Yeah.
But instead of, say for example, just looking at development, instead of simply saying, okay, we need to build hospitals, we need to build roads, we need to build this. But the starting point should also be, we need to also to look at the cultures. There are ministries of cultures in almost every government.
And that was why I said
they don't put enough money in there.
That's because you can. Okay, now the top you are wearing.
Yeah.
The first time you saw it, you are fascinated with it.
Yeah.
But after like maybe 5 minutes, you valued it.
Yeah.
You valued it,
Okay.
and you say, "Oh, yeah, this is very nice."
Yeah, I'll take it.
And you took money out of your pocket and
bought
paid
it. Yeah,
because of what you valued it.
Yeah.
Our people don't value our culture anymore, and it is crazy.
Yeah, I know.
It is absurd. If you are in power, you are the president or you are the commissioner or minister, and you don't see your culture as anything, how would you invest in that? You will never put money in that because initially, you didn't value.
You didn't put the value on it. Yeah.
So that's it. And we have to be kind of mindful because what we are doing, like I said earlier on, we are enslaving ourselves. Yeah? So in Africa now, do you know how many Chinese people in different parts of Africa trying to establish there because they know this is where the West
the countries,
is.
they are looking at the values the countries
Do you
have.
understand?
Yeah.
All these government people in government, they need to start thinking how to develop our culture. I don't know about Uganda. I don't know about Ghana. In Nigeria, especially Yoruba land, like maybe 45 to 55% households, they don't speak the dialect to their children anymore.
Really?
Yeah, because all the children, they go to private schools.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Because the community schools are not good enough.
Yeah.
Which is, this has to fall back on the government as well.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. Now, when you send your children to private schools, you want them to be able to compete with other children out there.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because I do tell them that if you want to polish anybody's grammar, be it in any language, okay, apart from speaking it, the person has to read. When you read more and more and more and more, you understand? It polishes your grammar. You understand?
Yeah.
Not that, you speak, only. You need to read.
Yeah, exactly.
And then these children, I do tell them, you send these children to schools, the teachers there, they are professionals. They have been trained how to, impact knowledge, and to teach any student how to speak any language.
Yeah.
Do not confuse these children. Speak your own mother tongue, your dialect to the children. So it originates from here, from there.
Yeah.
Because when your children cannot speak your language, so how do you expect your children, those children, to embrace your culture?
No.
When you want to make someone to forget about his or her culture, the first thing you should do is take the language out of that person.
Yeah. That's what they did when they did slavery in America. They first took away the language from them. They even took away their names. So the African Americans, when they were doing slavery, it was one of the first things they did. Take away his name and take away the language.
Okay.
And once that has gone, that's the end.
That's it.
That's it. That's it. Yeah.
If you cannot speak your dialect, your native language, how can you sing in that language?
In that language, you can't.
And it's crazy. Go to Nigeria now. There's so many, superstars who are singers.
Yeah.
They are using their dialect, their language, to speak. To sing, and now, subsequently made them millionaires.
Yeah, yeah. Of course,
And I
of course,
keep referring to them that our parents nowadays that they don't speak Yoruba to their children.
Yeah, yeah.
Their languages to their children. How can these children, make fortunes from their culture?
From their culture. It becomes practically impossible to
So
do that.
it is completely absurd, it's pathetic, it's horrible. It's upside down.
Yeah. That's why I value people like you who try to bring that back, who go into areas and perform with these drums and with everything that you're doing. Because with most of us, when we look at it, some like what you said, we don't actually value it. We're thinking in terms of medicine, this, that, something that will bring us more money or something that will make us more important in society than the kind of ambassadors we would be if we were doing that. But the key thing as well is that we need to get the message across, not just to all the Africans, but to those in positions of authority, those in positions of power. Said, hey, listen, this thing has to be encouraged. If it's not encouraged, because I watched a program on China.
Yes.
China, you're joking. You have to learn to speak Chinese.
That's it.
And Japanese. They're one of the most developed countries in the world. But right from the early stage, well, a child has to learn to speak English to fit in somewhere. But as far as they're concerned, the tradition of dressing, the way the Japanese dress when they're going to eat and all that, those traditions are existing. You can't take them away. If you don't know how to put on that suma kind of thing, the way they dress, then you're not a proper Japanese.
Yeah.
And you find with us, it's even a traditional wear, like these ones are very rare. So what is that you're putting on?
To me, sometimes I cannot get my head around it. Because to me, your culture, whatever you do is related to your culture.
Yeah.
Or your culture. Your culture is your identity, is my identity. Because if I tell you my name, the first thing you ask me is, where have you come from?
Where do you come from? Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it does.
So that means you are referring me or sending me back to my origin. Because one way or the other, you are telling me that you don't belong to this country.
Here. Exactly.
You are from somewhere.
Yeah.
So where are you from?
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
I might have been born over here, but where is your origin? Because your forefathers came from somewhere. You understand? And we Africans, I'm appealing to all Africans, please, because what happened in the past is going to happen again. Slavery.
Yeah. This time it's
I'm just saying
the modern type of slavery.
Yeah, because when you're not proud of your culture, you're not proud of whom you are. If you go into someone's wardrobe, hardly you can find one traditional outfit there.
They might be there, but they don't even wear them.
They don't wear.
From what you're saying, the late Bob Marley sang a song. He did a song, and he said, "Emancipate yourself from anti-slavery." It was one of those songs that really brings you back to what this is. Bob Marley, he was a Jamaican. But he was asking Africans, even Africans. That message goes right to Africans. Get the Americans, get the slave thing out of your head and look at what is at present. And look at the past and learn from it and move on.
This is what I said to all my friends. We say, oh, My son is learning how to play guitar. My son is learning how to play keyboard. My daughter is a very, very good drummer. She can play drum set. I said, excuse me, go on YouTube and go and search for the best, guitarist, keyboardist, and kid drummer. If you want your children to excel, to stand out, ask him or her to learn African instruments. Because that is what will make him or her stand out.
Yeah, and they'll be unique. Because
that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. This German guy, he's a very unique guy in Germany.
There are few of them.
He's very, very unique in a sense that he can play the African instrument. Trust me, he plays the talking drum even better than the Ghanaians or Nigerians do. And everybody says, wow.
It's not that he plays better than Nigerians, but because he, adopted and someone else's culture, African culture. So now Africa now sees him as a superstar,
of course,
as a celebrity. All right, let me ask you this question: how many Western people, be it British, American, Spanish, appreciate Africans playing guitar? How many?
I don't think there are any.
Or keyboard?
Yeah, I don't think there are any.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't think
we need to wake up from slumber.
Yeah.
We Africans, I'm appealing to all Africans to please and please let us embrace our culture. And one thing about us is we just talk, no action. Why can't we just put whatever we discuss into action?
That's why I praise people like you for honestly, probably, and being proper ambassadors, playing at the highest level. It's something that really fascinates me, and I really enjoy it when I come across people like you.
Thank you so much.
Africa. Have you performed in Africa at all?
Because many times.
Many times.
Many times. Like I said to you, I started performing in Africa at the age of 5. When I was 5, I was playing with my uncles, my dad, and So, and I used to play every, here and there. And then since I've come to this country, I've gone back to perform in Africa. So on occasions, and I'm still working, on taking my culture back home and say, okay, I want to impact these children, those children,
especially to the schools and
schools.
So,
yes,
that would really be nice, because that's the starting point.
That's why over here I'm doing. I trained children, our Nigerian British born, how to play talking drum, how to sing in our dialect. Last Friday, I took all my students. I took them to Nigerian High Commission. So Nigerian High Commissioner was there, and other ministers were there. You understand? Why? Because I want to show these guys that what they are learning is something that is prospective, educative, and make them to be well informed. And they all had a fabulous time. So that's why I do. And I've worked with over 500 private and community schools within the UK.
Really?
Yeah, doing what I'm doing.
That's great. That's great. What sort of advice would you give the others, other musicians, other people who are in the same trade, in order to let the whole thing, to encourage them to go through this? Because I can see a number of them, especially from my country, that are trying to go into the same trade, but are finding difficulties in moving left and right.
Okay, yeah. Whatever you're doing, you have to do it properly. So my advice to all my colleagues and my fellow Africans who are musicians, is please let us re-strategize the way we do things. Like I was saying to some of we are coming to that in a minute, with the event that I put up
Okay.
You know, a lot of them, I was saying to them, look, I decided to do this, to put this event together, to give opportunity to
the others who are coming up.
Others.
Yeah.
You understand? And not just like someone called us and paid us £500, £700. You will not be able to showcase yourself, to tell people who are there about yourself, your CV, But
they need to see you in action. That's exactly the word. They need to see you.
But I'm just saying to them, number one, try and strategize the way you do things to take it to the top level.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not boasting, but I just have to say this. If you go into any British TV channel archive, including CNN, you will find me there. As well as all British national news, papers. You will find me there. So why? Because I thought of, how can I do this? When I went to, St. James's Palace to perform for Prince Charles, okay, I was asked to usher him in. That was the only thing I was asked to do.
Just bring him in.
But I said to myself, don't be stupid. If you just do that, nobody will recognize you. Okay, what did I do? As soon as he was coming, he was just walking like that. I said, Prince, please walk slowly.
As you're dancing.
And you go to dance. He said, oh, I'm sorry. Then, immediately they opened the doors for him to come into the reception. Everybody was like, I stopped drumming. And he was looking at me like that. And I was looking at him. And I said, Prince, and I gave him my drumstick. And he said to me, what shall I do with it? Shall I bang it on your head? I said, no, Prince. You have to play the drum. And he played the drum. What I'm trying to bring out of this is, that was, the ultimate of the performance. All the cameramen, they took the photo and put it in newspapers. All the people, they recorded it and put it on TV channel. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I get your point.
Whereas, if that was another musician, he would just usher him in, and they would just kick him out.
As soon as that is finished.
So, we've got to kind of re-strategize how we do things.
Make him get involved.
And also, when I go out there to perform, I'm saying this to all my fellow Africans. When I go out to perform, it's not just to make noise with your drums.
No.
You've got to educate people about the instrument you're playing. And tell them how we have joyful atmosphere in Africa. Not just, if you just, they do not understand, and they're not used to your sound. They will just get out of here and just give us peace. But when you educate them about what you are doing, they will enjoy it, and later on get them involved.
Of course. Now, I always wanted to know. I think it's time we have a look at the drum. The thing is the history of the talking drums. Years and years ago, the drums were used for messages, like in my tribe, the Baganda as well.
That's right.
When the king was passing messages on to the next village, the drums would be beaten. We have got massive drums that they used to drum, and always if the king is going to come to the place, to the village, they would announce the king's coming using the drums, and the drums would go on to various villages villages, announcing that the king will be passing through these villages, and messengers would go, drumming, so people come and hear the king's message. This was ages and ages ago, centuries ago. But drums have always been used, and of course traditionally, when people die or people are happy, as we had said, they have already
different
been used.
occasions.
But the West African talking drum, this one you have, it has a message. It can talk, as they say, talking drums, when you're passing. Can you do my name using that drum?
What's your African name?
My African name is Molindwa.
Molindwa. Okay, we'll come into that in a minute. Now, to start with, talking drum was majorly used, number one, to lead people into battlefield in the olden days. So when the warriors are going to war, different cities used to fight each other then for the, maybe border problem or whatever. Yeah. So the talking drummers used to lead them
to battle.
To battlefield. Why? Because it energized them.
Yeah, yeah.
It gives them inspiration. And because they understand what the talking drummers is saying on his drum. So the talking drummers were prompting them. They used to prompt them to do more, do more, do more. Okay. So also, when the king and the queen had messages, so they used to call the talking drummers, and the town crier. Then to go to the top of the mountain or the town center, and then to break, the news, to convey the message, to the people. And from there, so the Yoruba people, they rebranded talking drum, and they were using it for different occasions. The talking drummer used to wake the king up like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, and things. That's all. Okay. That's okay. So Malingo.
Malindra.
Malindra.
Yeah.
Malindra.
Yeah. Malindra. I can get it.
So, what other names?
Malindra, can you do Stephen?
Stephen?
Yeah, Stephen.
Stephen.
You have to hold it.
Like I said to people, talking drum is, you cannot be playing it like that. It won't make any sense until you actually squeeze it.
Oh, you squeeze it. That's where the sound comes from.
Yeah.
Okay. When you squeeze it, what happens?
Well, it tenses, the skin, because the skin is made of animal skin.
Yeah.
So when you squeeze it, you press it, it pulls.
It contracts. In other words,
the skin, and gives it high pitch.
Okay, high pitch. Oh, yeah, it gives it the high pitch. And when you want it louder, I see that when you.
Do re mi
fa sol la ti do. Do re mi fa sol la ti do. Okay. So it doesn't depend. It doesn't depend on which areas you're drumming.
No, you've got to play it in the middle, right in the middle. Yeah, you play in the middle. But the power of talking drum is on the strings.
Okay. Oh, it's on the strings.
Yeah, it's like guitar.
Yeah.
It's like guitar. You cannot just be playing your guitar like this.
Yeah. No.
It won't make any sense until you actually do this. So the same thing applies to this.
Okay.
So if you just play it like that, it doesn't make any sense until you actually.
Until you squeeze this end. That's very fascinating. But the speed also comes in. The speed comes in as well. When you're mentioning, when you're doing something, the speed comes in.
It depends on the tempo of the music you want to play to.
Okay.
So, or depend on the type of occasion or the type of audience you have. Okay. So when you are to perform at a cocktail party, you cannot be making noise with your drum. And you cannot be playing faster. You have to play something melodious. Okay. But when you are out there performing, maybe at any festival, you understand, or maybe be it masquerade festival or any, you've got to play faster, because it all depends.
Now, is there a possibility of playing a love tune, for example? A love tune. If a man is in love with a woman, I'm in love with a woman, and I love that woman so much.
Okay.
I say I brought in the talking drums to play.
I love you, you love me. I love you, you love me.
Okay.
So that's why we call it talking drum, to convey messages across, to pass messages across, to welcome people. If you, Her Majesty the Queen, when she went to Nigeria back in late 50s, so she was welcomed
with
the drum, because the utmost respect you can give any VIP is to welcome them with talking drum. But all these things are dying now because of civilization, education, and religion. So they don't appreciate it anymore.
Okay.
And
can you play something for
like
this,
what?
I'm trying to think of something that you could play of. Okay, say a man is in love with a woman. Something that is, say, for example, you're maybe telling your child that, listen, I love you very much, but please don't do this, or something like that. Can you, a message like that, go through the talking drum?
Yeah,
say, for example, you're telling a child, I love you so much, but please don't do ABCD, or don't go here, or don't do that. In other words, a message that can go with the drum itself.
Like I said to you, we use talking drum to say so many things. However, it's in my language. So if I'm playing, if you understand my language now, if I speak with you, you understand? Talking drum, you will understand.
Oh, you understand the song?
Yeah.
Okay.
You understand? Yeah. But as far as I'm concerned, like I was saying, to rebrand yourself, I've trained myself to be able to use my talking drum to say many things. In different languages. You understand?
Do something and I try and
like what?
See what. Say what is your favorite song, for example? Your favorite in your own language. The favorite song on a talking drum.
I have so many.
There's so many of them. There's so many of them.
so many. Okay. But I relate it to whatever that is happening.
Whatever the occasion. Okay, you're here in the studio now.
Okay.
With me, and you're seeing Steven there. Is talking to me about ABCD, and then you come up with something. Say, oh, this has been a wonderful interview, and blah blah blah. This is a wonderful, interview, and Steve.
Okay, I'll say something.
Steve is a nice guy. Blah blah blah. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
No. So I've just said àṣeṣe túnṣe, bàbá ṣèyí tán, a ó ṣe míì sí, àṣeṣe túnṣe. So that simply means this is very nice. We are going to do this again and again because I enjoy it and it's very good to do.
Listen, let me
you want to play it? But like I told, Prince Charles asked me to give him that. Oh, you need to give me some lessons. I need to give you some lessons as well. All right.
I'll probably wait. Which side?
Are you left-handed?
Yeah, I'm left. No, I'm not left-handed.
You are left-handed.
I'm going to use this side.
Okay. Are you left-handed?
I use this side. No.
You are right-handed.
I'm right-handed.
Okay. Put it on your left shoulder.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So.
I need to teach you.
Okay.
Number one, let it drop a little bit.
It drops a little bit.
Let it drop it. Okay. Yeah, okay. Put your thumb there, right in the middle. Down more. Yeah. Yeah. So, hold more of this. Okay. Hold more. Yeah. All right. I see. So, as you play it, you squeeze the string. Yeah.
You know what I'm playing?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Can you come to dinner? Come to dinner. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Okay. I would have just say, come to dinner with me.
Okay.
Come to dinner with me.
Let me see.
Let me help you.
Come to dinner with me. In other words, I'm using I'm using too much force. No, I think there's my genuine worry that I'll probably break up the strings. If
Yeah, but you know, because you're not used to playing it, so
yeah,
you know,
I feel
subconsciously, you know, be worried like, okay.
Say something. Say, for example, like where who are we?
Okay.
Too much.
Who are we? So,
Who are we?
okay.
It's this.
Who are we?
That's what it is. Yeah.
We are African.
We are Africans.
Okay.
Who are we?
Who are we?
Yeah.
We are Africans.
Okay.
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 Come to dinner with me.
Yeah, yeah. There's this famous African song about my mother. My mother is something to do with my mother. I've seen somebody perform it with that. I'll never forget my mother or something like that.
Is that a sweet mother?
Sweet mother.
Okay.
I'll never forget.
Good,
you.
yeah.
It's a very, very nice catch.
Yeah.
Someone was trying to play it on that, and I could almost get the words out. And I,
Sweet mother.
I'll never forget you whenever you do something.
Sweet mother, I no go forget you.
Yeah. Somebody played it on, and it was, gosh, it was really wonderful the way it.
It's all what it is, really.
I've seen those instruments as well.
The shaker.
The shakers. Their role is to accompany the talking drums, or
It's percussion.
So how do you play? The thing is does somebody need to know exactly when to jump in when the drums are playing?
Where you have to be musically orientated to perform in an ensemble with people. Because if not, you'll be playing offbeat. So when you're musically orientated, when you listen to any brand of music, you will be able to do what? To know where to come in.
All right, yeah. When to jump in, yeah.
Yeah. So, like I said earlier on, that there must be a steady beat in any music. It could be fast tempo, it could be slow tempo, but there should be steady beat. Boom. That's why you see Western people, they on their kick drums, they say boom, 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 up, boom, 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 boom. Good. So that is the foundation of that particular music, and people just build on it.
Oh, yeah, okay. It's a foundation of that, and that's
yes.
Now, another thing that I probably need to ask you is, you are doing a foundation where you're bringing in more Africans into the beats and fishes. You got Ugandans in, you got some other people coming in from other parts of Africa. How do you manage to get all these musicians around you?
Are you talking of the show that I'm doing?
The show that you're going to do.
Well, basically, I mean, this has nothing to do with me as a person or promoting me on this channel. However, this has got something to do with our continent.
Yeah, the entire African
This is called African Cultural Night. It is not me, Ayan the First night. It's our continent night. You understand? Whereby I'm inviting all Africans to come and let us celebrate our culture. Come in your regalia. You understand? You come and enjoy yourself and things, and that's why I've got my flyer here. So the artists, I just look for them here and there.
Okay.
No, let's come together. Let's celebrate our culture, our continent, our culture.
But the thing is that there's too much divisions even within the African culture. The divisions are there. The Nigerians are different. The West Africans, the West Africans, the East Africans, and even the Southern Africans. And in some other areas, when these people have actually met to do something, it's very difficult to find them trying to do something jointly. And I'm trying to find out how you are going to get these people all together to come in at one table. Because it's if some other people have tried and failed. Okay.
Now, what I've strategized, about doing this is everybody will have a slot.
Okay.
So, the Ghanaian people, the MC will announce them. They come onto the stage. They would give them 10 to 15 minutes. They showcase Ghanaian culture. The guy from Ivory Coast,
yeah.
so he will come, do his own. The guy from Senegal, he will do his own. The guy from Burkina Faso will do his own, from Gambia. So the finale will be
For all of you.
for all of us to come together and just kind of play together
Yeah.
in an ensemble.
Yeah. Okay.
And and I'm inviting everybody. This particular event is not about me as a person.
Oh, no. Okay.
This has got to do with our continent, Africa. If you are a true African and you love your continent, because the European people, they they love their continent.
Yeah.
So come out on the 19th of October. Let us celebrate Africa as a continent.
Yeah.
So 19th of October, and I'm looking for support of this particular station as well to push this. Yeah, because
we will,
this
we will,
has nothing, to do with me as a person, but with our culture.
That's what I'm saying.
And,
With me, I'm happy in a sense that as an ambassador, that's why I keep thanking you. It's difficult to find people like you. Yeah, you are very unique. People.
I'm telling you what.
In a sense that. The divisions within the Africans is so deep you can cut it with a knife. The thing is we have our own cocoons in different ways.
Yes.
And Molema, the South African politician, has been trying his level best in South Africa. When he came, he came up and he's saying, look, we need to come in and start standing together. We need to do this. We need to do this because somewhere along the way, that unity is something that will make us stand. Otherwise, the divisions.
Exactly, and that's why I'm putting this together
Yeah.
for all of us to come together.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
The ticket on its own cannot pay for the event.
No.
The event is costing a lot of money.
Yeah.
And every single African should support this.
Yeah.
Because this has called African Cultural Night.
Yeah.
It is not me. It is not you.
It's the whole
It's
night. It's the whole,
all of us.
The whole of
I've received a lot of phone calls, people calling me, about this particular event.
The irony is that we are going to find that half of the people who are going to come are actually from here, are Europeans. Or I attended a culture festival in Germany, and I got so surprised that most of the people who came in, they wanted to see something different. They were actually Germans, natural white Germans.
That's why Africans have to come out on this day. Yeah, go on Eventbrite, click African Cultural Night. Then you get your ticket, and the ticket is not, it's not expensive.
The key thing is the support. The support is the key thing. How do we transfer this now to the African continent? How do we transfer this kind of unity?
Yeah, because I'm here now. After we've done this, you understand?
Yeah.
People can learn from this.
Yeah.
We can learn from this. All this division, it's not helping us.
No, it's not.
We have to believe in community cohesion and inclusion. You understand? I help a lot of people. You understand? And this is what I'm saying. Even this particular station should help us about this. Because this has got something to do with Africa.
Yeah, I do agree with you. Because we're talking about the entire continent.
So it's not me.
Yeah, it's the whole continent.
And the ticket itself cannot pay for the event. Like I said earlier on, I'm putting my money into this to make this happen. But why? Just to bring us together.
Yeah.
To bring Africans together.
Now, the unity factor has always been my major issue. And if one part of Africa is united, it's very easy to pull the other part of Africa. Nigeria, where you come from, is again, it's one area that I'm looking at on the political angle, on all the other angles, because Bob Marley tried to unite the Jamaicans when he was alive with his music and so on. You think somewhere within the music cycles and what you're doing, you can try to bring the politicians to see that Nigeria becomes a united force as well in Africa as it is?
Yes.
Is there a way you can do this?
That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm doing this. Because, you know, we Africans have to come together as one. Nigerians, Ghanaians, Ugandans, you know, we need to come together as one. And once this has been done perfectly,
then it's very easy to
yes.
the other areas.
So this is what I'm saying, that, you know, don't let us think that, you know, even if I'm providing, do you know I'm paying each artist to come and perform? I'm paying them.
Really?
Go and ask any of them. I'll give you the flyer. Go and ask them.
You're the real ambassador we really need. That's what I'm saying. You're very unique people, honestly.
Because people don't do that.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, all the African radio stations, the television stations, they should be promoting this.
Yeah, of course.
I'm telling you, they should be promoting this. It doesn't cost them anything. I'm taking money from my own pocket and pay the artist to come and perform. Because I can see the vision. I want to unite, you know, African musicians together. You understand? Not me as a solo artist.
Yeah, because with the unity, obviously there'll be a lot of things to come with. It's a force in itself. It's a force that can be worked with, because there's unity there. You're all working. You're all speaking the same language.
I'm paying each and every one of them.
You're all speaking the same language. You're going to speak your language as well.
You understand? Yeah. So you know, if that was me, you asked me to come and do this. Honestly, I would be so happy that for you to even have the vision to pull everybody together and do this. I know, number one, you have to pay for the venue, decorator, caterer, the PA system. I will not charge you. But they don't see it that way. I said, don't worry. How much do you want? Okay, I'll pay you. I give everybody a contract. Don't worry. I didn't get any grant for this. Do you see any grant there? No. This is kind of self-funded. So, and why? Because to bring all Africans together. You know, a Sudanese lady called me the other day and said, how come we are not invited? I said, we have written to your embassy. Every African embassy is invited. Let us come out, celebrate our culture. You understand? If Ghanaians come one side, the Nigerians come one side, even they can, before we start the main performances on the stage, they can be singing in Ghanaian language. You understand? In their own corner. This one will be singing. That's just like a beautiful atmosphere. And this is what I just said, okay, let's do this. Let's get it on.
The thing is I think it's also an encouragement to all the other people, Africans in diaspora, to come up with something that can unite. Unity has to start. It has to start from your own community. Then from your own community, you'll move to the next community, and then it's from there. Then all of you can come down together. Because what you brought together will spray and go to their other various communities. Because if you can do it, I think we can also try and do it. I think that's a very good approach. It's a good approach, and we
so
really need a lot of encouragement.
We really need to kind of look into this, and I'm appealing to every African out there to please support this event.
Embassies here in London, African embassies, if you have approached them, have you got any support in terms of, no, not in terms
some of the embassies have written to them formally. They haven't even replied. They haven't responded. But what I'm going to do is to take all these, flyers, go to every embassy. You understand? Go to them and do what? And just say that, okay, we've got to do this. We've written to this embassy. We haven't got any reply.
Now, we're coming towards the end of the program, and there's quite a lot I know we could have really covered in terms of the kind of things that you're doing and the kind of work. Trust me, it's not easy. I can understand what you're trying to do. And it's not something that, it's something that where you need help, and that help will be required not just by you, but the others as well. Because if the others are helping themselves to come towards you,
Exactly.
then you will help them in spreading this, because you've been at the top. You're already at the top. You know what is involved. You know the hardships that are involved, where
Exactly.
you've passed to reach this level.
Yeah.
It's a question of how do you transfer this now, starting with this, so that is this going to be an annual thing that is going to be happening every year, or is it a one-off to test the waters?
No, it's going to be like a yearly event. So it's going to be a yearly event, and then we see if you can move it around.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if you can move it around to other
But
countries.
you can still take this to the main, to the African continent as
That's
well.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, take it
That's
to
what
the
I'm saying.
African continent
So-
and say, look, we need to do this so that unity has to begin. It has to begin from
Exactly.
somewhere. It has to
That's
start
my
from
main
somewhere. Yeah.
my main aim and objective. You know, unity,
Yeah.
peace.
Yeah.
Let's maintain peace. Like South Africans are killing Nigerians.
Yeah.
Why? Well,
Right.
why do we have to
Exactly,
do
exactly.
that?
We were discussing
It's
that
animalistic,
a
you know.
week or so ago. We were
so-
discussing it here. And
Anyway, so before we go, I don't, you know, I'm
Yeah,
just appealing to all Africans to, you know, come out, you know, go on Eventbrite, click on African Cultural Night, and then let's come out and celebrate our culture. And yeah, so my name is Ayan the First.
Ayo the First, I've got to say thank you very, very much. You entertained me with the my
Talking drum.
yeah, my talking drums that I've been.
Thank you so much for having me.
I probably have one at home and start practicing and get the best. Of my, yeah.
I'm here if you need it. I
Yeah.
mean, a lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for being part of the program, and I just want to say to all our viewers back home, thank you very, very, very much for viewing us tonight, and I wish Mr. Ayo the best of luck in the program that he's going to do. And
Thank you.
please join him and support him. Thank you very much.
Thank you.